In this section, we'll provide an overview of the EdgeConnect orchestrator. When you think about the orchestrator in the EdgeConnect world, again, I want you to think management software. The orchestrator is the EdgeConnect management software. There's only one orchestrator needed for each SD-WAN. It presents a single pane of glass with a very robust GUI to help administrators easily manage their SD-WAN. There's a process known as the overlay manager that runs every 5 minutes to keep the EdgeConnect configurations intact and ensure they are synchronized with respect to traffic handling within the SD-WAN and how traffic is broken out. Anytime a change is made in the orchestrator, the overlay manager pushes those changes to all affected devices. The orchestrator has an HTML5-based web interface. It contains a tree view with a way to logically group appliances and name each group. Configuration is done using a tabbed interface such as the topology, business intent overlay, and routes pages shown here. Alarms are easily visible and color-coded here at the top right. The topology widget on this dashboard gives you a graphical view of the SD-WAN that can be based on geography. EdgeConnect appliances show up as dots on the map. You can hover over them to get a context-sensitive display to show information like the numbers of alarms a device is experiencing, or you can access the tunnels by double-clicking on the lines between them. There's also a help icon throughout the tabbed interface, and clicking on that opens up the online documentation. And other things like clicking the gear icon displayed shows a legend to help you decipher the color coding and different icons in the interface that are available. The orchestrator dashboard shows you a summary of the status of all the managed appliances, along with licensing information and more. The dashboard includes many charts and graphs that are constantly updated, and each one has a clickable double chevron icon that takes you to a separate tab with information related to only that feature, like in this case of the topology map, which opens up the entire topology tab. The orchestrator has many menus, so remembering where to find different functions to configure can be difficult. However, if you want to quickly find something, just start typing the name of the function into the search menu outlined. Immediately, a list of matching menu items appears. Continuing to type refines the list of matches. Scroll down or click on the one you want, and Orchestrator opens up that tab for that function. There are 3 options to use Orchestrator. At each branch, we have EdgeConnect appliances installed. The first and most common to date if you have legacy license subscriptions is the Orchestrator installation being a VM located on your local premise. This could be at a data center or an internal VM server. With current licenses, you must be subscribed to the advanced license tier in order to be able to use an on-premise orchestrator. Simply install the orchestrator from an OVA. Make sure all EdgeConnect appliances have orchestrator reachability to be approved. Once approved, Orchestrator provides configuration and tunnel orchestration to the appliances. The second option is cloud-based in any cloud provider network, such as AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. Likewise, you would install the orchestrator from an OVA file on it, and as long as all EdgeConnect appliances have orchestrator reachability to be approved, Orchestrator provides configuration and the tunnels are automatically built. The last and most common going forward is to manage your SD-WAN using Orchestrator as a service, which is available with either the Foundation or Advanced license tiers, which we'll explain in the next module. You would simply log into this HPE hosted website, and using your account name and account key and licensing information, add and approve EdgeConnects the same way as the others. Orchestrator as a service is a managed service. HPE creates a cloud-based instance of Orchestrator for your organization. However, it's your responsibility to configure and maintain the Orchestrator instance and manage your own SD-WAN. Orchestrator as a service sizing, we go from small, medium, large, all the way up to 2x large. For the 200 site deployment, for example, you could choose medium or large, depending upon your expected future growth. In addition to the 3 deployment options for Orchestrator just mentioned, there are 2 additional Orchestrator versions for large-scale global companies or service providers to manage multiple SD-WAN fabrics. These provide the ability to manage multiple SD-WANs in the form of tenants. Orchestrator Global Enterprise, or GE, is usually used by Fortune 100 type organizations with multiple business units. Perhaps they have disparate IT organizations that manage different companies within the larger parent corporation. Orchestrator Service Provider, SP, provides the ability to also manage multiple SD-WANs, each with their own orchestrator, separating each client's appliances and policies, yet providing inventory management for appliances owned by the service provider itself for easy deployment amongst their customer base. There are a couple other orchestrator options, like air-gap orchestrator, which enables SD-WAN operation in isolated settings. Recall we said that the orchestrator must be connected to the cloud portal and it constantly checks in. Air-gap allows critical systems to function without having that external network connection. The components include an air-gap mode, which needs to be set, and allows EdgeConnect Orchestrator and appliance to operate without an external connection. This works in conjunction with the air-gap portal, which is a dedicated cloud-based service for air-gap customers to activate the orchestrator, manage licenses, and download necessary files. These files are then manually transferred to the air-gap SD-WAN environment. The benefits of air-gap is it provides the flexibility to operate in environments where connectivity is restricted or unavailable, such as sectors in the federal and public space, requiring stringent security and operational continuity, being isolated without an external network. Multi-account orchestrator is an add-on use case and provides opportunities for organizations with different licensing end dates from the original account when it was originally deployed. With multi-account orchestrator, you can have licenses with different end dates and consolidate those different end dates when it's time to renew your account. This allows you to renew licenses with a third end date or true up licenses in first account and second account and migrate those assets to a single account. This merge use case of 2 SD-WAN fabrics with different end dates facilitates aggregation of account assets together. Note that when you do this, an appliance can still only belong to one SD-WAN, so it requires the removal of the appliance from one orchestrator and the approval in the other. The physical resources required for on-premise orchestrator are based on a number of appliances the orchestrator will manage. A range of CPU, RAM, and storage is provided, as well as the recommended amounts for each tier. As mentioned, an OVA file is used to deploy the orchestrator on the virtual machine. When you do, make sure to thick provision so that you ensure dedicated resources. As shown here, multiple popular hypervisors are supported in which you can install the OVA on. Built-in pie charts in Orchestrator can show you the distribution of different types of traffic through the different overlays, and many more charts, tables, and graphs are available than we have time to go into in this course. You should explore them when you get a chance to log into an Orchestrator in the next course. Lastly, Orchestrator provides detailed flow monitoring. One of the strengths of the EdgeConnect ecosystem is the amount of visibility that we give you in your SD-WAN. Using the Flows tab, you can learn more about what's transpiring. Get information on why the flow exists, what bio it matched, what the configured action was, and what actual action was taken for that traffic and why. Well, that's the Orchestrator. Let's go ahead and look at some review questions to see how much you gleaned from this module. In the next module, we'll look at the EdgeConnect appliances themselves and how the SD-WAN is licensed.